The Greenlee GT11 non-contact voltage detector works on the principle of detecting electromagnetic fields by induction. When voltage is present, the GT11 will detect the electromagnetic field when held in close proximity. It flashes and sounds an audible alarm. It is important that you understand the capabilities of the GT11. Please read the instruction manual carefully before proceeding. This unit is rated from 50 to 1000 volts AC and has a frequency range from 50 to 500 Hertz. The Greenlee GT11 is rated Category 3 up to 1000 volts, and it is the only unit rated Category 4 up to 600 volts. Before you can begin using the GT11 non-contact voltage detector, you must install the two AAA batteries. To do this, you must depress the small latch to the left of the clip and rotate the cap counterclockwise so that the pointer aligns with the white dot marking, and then lift the cap off. Install the two AAA batteries positive and up. Then reinstall the cap by aligning the pointer with the white dot and turn clockwise to the off position. The unit is now ready to operate. Now it's time to find out, is it hot or not? Turn the cap clockwise so the pointer is in the on position. The first step is to test the unit on a known live circuit before each use. If the unit does not function, replace the batteries and check it again. If the unit still doesn't function properly, contact Greenlee Technical Assistance at 800-435-0786. Now that you know the unit is functioning, you can use it to test for the presence of voltage. It is the journey person's responsibility to ensure the apprentice does not work on any live circuits. You should refer to lockout, tagout requirements and company health and safety procedures before proceeding. However, the GT11 now allows you, the apprentice, to confirm you are working in a safe, non-energized condition. Always ask yourself, is it hot or not? If it is hot, see your journey person. If it is not, you're good to go. To test a receptacle, insert the probe tip into the large slot. There should be no audible visual alarm. If there is an alarm indication, the receptacle has been improperly wired. Insert the probe tip into the U-ground. There should be no alarm indication. Insert the probe tip into the small slot. There should be an audible visual alarm. To test a light fixture, slide the probe tip along the black wire feeding the ballast. If you encounter an audible visual alarm, see your journey person. Also, check the white wire, the neutral. There should be no alarm indication. Because return neutral currents found on the white conductors generally do not have potential voltage above ground, a proximity tester will not normally detect their presence. We recommend that if a multi-phase system is encountered, all circuits within the enclosure being tested be de-energized before commencing work. If unsure, seek your journey person's advice. To test a light switch, make sure the light switch is in the off position. Place the flat part of the GT11 probe tip against the incoming wire. There should be an audible visual alarm. Do the same for the outgoing wire. There should be no alarm indication. Turn the light switch on. Test both wires again. We find they both cause an audible visual alarm. The switch is working and both wires are hot. Slide the flat part of the GT11 probe tip along the cord. You will get an intermittent audible visual alarm. Because the conductors may be twisted, if you only check one spot, you may place the probe tip on the neutral or ground wire. Slowly sliding the unit along the cord assures that you'll pass the probe tip over the hot wire. To find a break in a hot conductor, run the probe tip along the conductor until the audible visual alarm stops. Similarly, to find a break in a neutral conductor, connect a load across the hot and neutral and trace the conductor until the audible visual alarm stops. When testing a disconnect with a fuse, check the line side of each phase one at a time. you should get an audible visual alarm on each phase. Check the load side of each phase. If the fuses are okay, you should get an audible visual alarm. If the disconnect is off or the fuses are defective, you should get no alarm indication. When testing a breaker panel, check incoming phase conductors. You should get an audible visual alarm. With the breaker on and checking the line side, you should get an audible visual alarm. Checking the load side, you should also get the same alarm indication. With the breaker off, the line side should still get an audible visual alarm. Checking the load side, there will now be no alarm indication. The GT11 is designed to identify the hot conductor, so always check both sides of non-metallic cable. It is important to note that all non-contact voltage detectors have limitations. It will not detect the presence of voltage through metal tubing or metal enclosures, in armored or shielded cables, or behind drywall. It will not detect DC voltage as in fire alarm circuits. It will not detect low voltage AC below rated 50 volt AC as in this 16 volt AC doorbell circuit. When working in temperatures below 0 degrees Celsius, keep the unit warm. The Greenlee GT11 has a lifetime limited warranty. If under normal working conditions your unit fails to function as designed, first try replacing the batteries. If it still does not operate correctly, contact Greenlee customer service. So now you've got it. Use it. With the Greenlee GT11 non-contact voltage detector, you can always know if it's hot or not.